Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with a Simpler Stocks free video, the weekend edition for June 6, 2016. It's about 51 minutes before the close. Wanted to get this out. I'm going to be trying to jump on the live chat the last half hour. We have those kind of bonus sessions at times just to try to help everyone out and show some unusual option activity. Today, what we're getting, weak jobs report, only 38,000 jobs created. It was expected to be well over 150,000. Of course, CNBC and Fox News had all these reasons why that happened, even though last month's was revised downward too. Well, before you think that we're going to have this big old recession in here, I want you to realize that when you get the futures down and you get the bonds up at 128, what that means is you don't have anywhere to put your money except the market. So what were the two things to go up the most? Gold, bonds, and then the overall market did nothing. So the whole point is now we have this bond market that we've talked about, that when it gets up to this level, you have to look at sells because it gets overbought. Down here, you have to look at buys when it gets oversold. And until this range is broken, you just rinse and repeat, I guess. And that's the way to look at it. Now, the thing to look at with the ESs in here was look how bad the sell-off was this morning, and then it just popped right back. Now, there are two reasons for this. Number one, low yields, nowhere else to put your money. Number two, from a chart point of view, we keep stopping with these wild candles exactly at 2083. So I think you can see the writing on the wall. If you put up this on a 195, and you see on both of these the writing on the wall. You have the resistance up here, the support here. So wherever this breaks, that's about 20 points, expect it to go down to that. Now what's interesting is if you think it's going to break, it goes right to the prior support, right around 2063. If we break up, what's interesting about this goes up to this prior resistance up here. Really hard to show on here. Let me zoom it even more. There you go. So you see right to that area, which is about 2126. So that's why this rectangle becomes very important in this area. Now, what do I think? I can't tell yet. Just so you know, on what we were looking at today when we were on the video, the free chat, is this, the premium chat, I mean, for the first hour, is even when the ESs were getting smashed, the advanced decline was unchanged. I mean, that's actually 1 o'clock. Let me go back and you'll see it was actually up. There, when you see the market open down, and I mean the market, the ES is 12 points, you would think the advanced decline would be minus 2,000. Instead, it opened higher. Then the worst, at the worst, was only 500. And as you see right now, as we're speaking 50 minutes before the bell, you have the advanced decline up a healthy 96, and you have the S&P down 575, as you see right here. So the whole idea is the internals today just aren't that bad, which makes perfect sense with there's nowhere else to put your money. So that's one thing we're seeing in here. Now, under the surface, we're seeing some unusual option activity. That's stuff that actually on Simpler Stocks, on the premium site, I've been posting some of it. If you didn't know, we have the chat room that goes in here from 9 to 10 in the morning, right here like I talked about, to 10. You have the premium video, which is a lot more in depth than the video you're listening to now. I don't splice them together. I actually do a brand new video. The email alerts, we'll get in a second. The forum, we jockey ideas back and forth that are in sort of a forum content so you can go and refer it later. Different than the chat room that's real-time scrolling. Meet up about every 10 days. I do some kind of learning course. We've done a number of them on the MACD, reviewing the basics, the power of pin plays, putting it all together. We've gone into arbitrage, all kinds of things. The email alerts I'm very proud of. I put out a bunch of stock trades in the morning and at night. Index and futures charts, I show an overview, and then unusual option activity. Like I said, I posted 3 really interesting ones today, and guess what? 3 for 3. All of them worked if you would have jumped on the stocks early today. So that's something very interesting to look at. Now, just so you know, when you go to home in here, we have this where I'm going to go in and talk about MACD and trend lines next Wednesday. Now, you get this for your 30-day trial. You get the 7-day trial. You get 30 days. You get access to all these videos, and you get the live trading seminar. I'm going to be on the last hour just to go into things, answer everybody's question. So I hope you've enjoyed all this. Two things I want to bring up that are pretty exciting for me. Number one, we have a big old mentorship coming in Austin in the end of June. Now, they're having 4 big speakers in here. Really, what you have is 3 days meet and greet, intensive trading, watch us live trade, but also 4 main speakers, of which I'm flattered I'm one of them. So this is something that fills up very much. In fact, it might have filled up already. Go to simplertrading.com/Austin to see if there's still some spaces. Other thing I wanted to mention in here, sort of interesting in here, is we have a free webinar coming up. And this is on next Tuesday. And it's funny about this. I got the email. I didn't know I was in it. I'm one of the main people talking on this. I have all these slides because I have a big old class coming up. And they want me to jump in next Tuesday talking about all my kinds of option setups, different kinds of layup chart patterns. And this is a free webinar next Monday. If you want to get sort of a taste of what you get on the chats, and just on the premium videos, try to join us for this free webinar next Tuesday. So it'll be Tuesday at June 7th, 7 Central or 8 Eastern. So everybody take care. Have a great weekend. Look forward to talking to you next week.